In previous lecture, we discussed about how to convert a physical quantity from one system to another system, and also we discussed to check the correctness of a given physical relation. Now today we discuss about to derive the relation between physical quantities. Okay, so example question is derive the expression of centripetal force. Centripetal force which depend on mass, velocity and r radius. Okay, so actually centripetal force is that force which, when a body is rotating in the circular motion, then it experiences a force outward direction, which is the mv square by r. It is the centripetal force Fc. Now we have to derive that equation. The equation must be F is equals to mv square by r. Must be that. Okay. Now solution. How we derive the equation? So first of all, F is proportional to, depend on, that means it's proportional to m. Okay, but what will be power of the m? We don't know. M or m square or m cube, we don't know. So we assume that it is the m to the power a. Similarly, F is proportional to v to the power b, and F is proportional to r to the power c. Now combining equation all of those, we get, so F is proportional to m to the power a, v to the power b, r to the power c. Now F is equals to k, m to the power a, v to the power b, r to the power c. This is equation number 1. Now taking dimension from each side, m, l, t to the power minus 2, this is the dimension of the force, is equals to, here k is the dimensionless constant, so it has no dimension, that means 1. Now m, mass, m to the power a, dimension of the mass is m. This is the velocity L t to the power minus 1 whole to the power b. This is r, this is length, radius means length to the power c, or m L t to the power minus 2 equals to m to the power a, L to the power b, L to the power c, that means L to the power b plus c, t to the power minus b. Okay, now comparing power of m, L, t from both sides, what we will get? That means a is equals to a. Here you can see that mlt equals to mlt. So obviously power of a is equals to 1, here 1, L to the power 1, that means b plus c is equals to 1, here minus b is equals to minus 2, implies that b is equals to 2, or c is equals to 1 minus b, that is 1 minus 2 is equals to minus 1. So the value of a is 1, the value of c is minus 1, and value of b is 2. Now putting the value of a, b and c in equation 1. So here is the equation 1. Okay, so what we will get, f is equals to k m to the power a, that means 1, v to the power b 2, r to the power c minus 1, or f is equals to k m v square divided by r. So now it is the relation between m, v, r and f, which is the centripetal force. F is equals to k m v square by r. Okay, here a constant is always remain. This is the limitation of the dimension analysis when we derive a physical relation between the various quantities. Okay, another example is derive the relation of time period of a simple pendulum which is depend on mass of bob, length of pendulum L, this is the m mass, and acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so when a sphere of heavy mass is suspended from a light thread, it is called a pendulum. If we take this pendulum here and release, then it goes here, and due to acceleration it goes here, again it come back to its initial position. The time taken during that oscillation is called time period. Okay, now we have to derive the relation of that time period, which is depend on t is depend on mass m of that bob to the power a, t proportional to length of the pendulum, this is L. Okay, L to the power b, and t is proportional to acceleration due to gravity, that is g, so g to the power c. Now t is equals to constant m to the power a, L to the power b, and g to the power c. This is the equation number 1. Now taking dimension, from both sides, this is m0, L0, t to the power 1 is equals to, this is k, dimension constant quantity k, m to the power a, L to the power b, and g, L t to the power minus 2 whole to the power c, which is equals to m to the power a, L to the power b plus c, and t to the power minus 2 c. Okay, now comparing both sides, comparing both side the power of m, l and t. A is equals to 0, b plus c is equals to 0 and minus 2c is equals to 1. That means c is equals to minus 1 by 2. Now b is equals to minus c, that is half. Okay, now putting the value of a, b and c in the equation 1, we will get t is equals to k m to the power 0 l to the power b, that means half, and g to the power c, that means minus half, or t is equals to k root over l by g. So time period of a simple pendulum is not depend on mass of the bob. Okay, so here a constant k also remaining here. Now we go to the discuss about the limitation of the dimension analysis. Now the limitation of the dimension analysis method. The number 1 limitation is, the method is it unable to give any information about the constant k. Okay, so the value of the k it does not derive. It cannot say the value of the k is what. Okay. Number 2, it fail to derive when the quantity depend on more than 3 quantities. Okay. Number 3, when a physical quantity contain trigonometric, logarithmic or exponential function, it fail to derive. Number 4, when a physical relation is contain sum of 2 or more quantity, it unable to explain. Okay, that means s is equals to ut plus half a t square, b is equals to u plus at. Okay, b square is equals to u square plus twice as. Such kind of equation we cannot derive by the dimension analysis method, because this contain more than 2 quantity with summation. Okay, this is the 2 quantity. When 2 or more quantity contain with in addition form, then the dimension analysis method is failed to derive. Okay, so this is the limitation of the dimension analysis method. Okay, thank you.